Happy Tuesday and good morning. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mackenzie Lake. Here in the First Alert Weather Center, we are closely monitoring the Gifford fire. First things first, I want to bring up some really impressive satellite and radar imagery from yesterday. Take a peek at just how quickly the fire exploded, and all of that smoke was plumed into south-facing beaches, down into Ventura County, and even the National Weather Service in San Diego reported smoke and haze in the air. We're going to be watching out again as more winds will be funneling in some of that smoke and haze, and take a look at just how hot the fire is to start the morning. You can see we're picking up on this interesting signature. Only almost looks like a C out there with some exceptionally hot spots right outside of the mountainous areas. Containment is up to 7% early this morning. We're going to be watching out for strong winds, the heat, and hazardous conditions for firefighters. So let's talk about it. Here's a look at high pressure. This is our dominating force in our forecast today. Not only is it going to be directly impacting us in the Gifford fire today, however, it's going to be impacting a majority of the west coast, and it's going to heighten fire risk for a lot of these areas highlighted in these oranges and even some reds out there. Let's talk about where the smoke is headed over the next few hours. So it is going to be a bullseye right around the Gifford fire. If you're located closer to Santa Maria, Guadalupe, and even Vandenberg, well, you're likely going to run into smoke and haze for the next few hours. A couple areas I also want to highlight: the Santa Ynez Valley. A lot of these areas, inland valleys specifically, kind of act like a bowl with their terrain and topography, meaning that a lot of these air particulates are able to funnel into the area, but they're not able to mix out quickly. So those are places where air quality could be hazardous at times, and if you have any activities outside, you want to keep an eye. They may be pushed back or postponed. Even here in Santa Barbara, we're going to be a big area of concern when it comes to air quality and air pollutants, even down into Ventura County. Watch as we track through time here. We're picking up on this north and northwesterly gradient, and a lot of those winds are going to plume that hazardous smoke, ash, and air quality out towards the Kern County border and even into the Grapevine. But again, I think we'll run into a lot of problems overnight here in Santa Barbara as the fire continues to explode and move erratically. So these are some symptoms you may be running into today: trouble breathing, especially those with respiratory issues, runny nose, headaches, coughing, stinging eyes, or maybe even a scratchy throat. We have on our mobile app and website some areas where you can go find an N95 mask. Those are very important for people at risk, but also maybe you work outside. Conditions are not going to be looking great all the way down through Ventura County. As we track into Wednesday, Thursday, well, that dominating high pressure system, it's still very apparent, and it's actually going to move closer to the coverage zone. So that means peak heating for us on Thursday. My forecast may be calling for triple digits for firefighters close to the Gifford fire. We'll have to watch out for, again, exceptionally dry conditions as well. So here's our temperatures today: 74 in Santa Barbara, 75 in Montecito. We're also running into a few mid to high level clouds, a little bit of marine layer development, but not enough onshore flow or cloud coverage to help firefighters by any means. We're looking at that elevated fire risk today all the way through our work week. 90s over in Paso Robles, Atascadero, California Valley, and 80s by some of the beaches up in SLO. Down in Ventura County, we're looking at 70s and 80s. You want to keep an eye on air quality alerts that are issued, and of course limit outdoor exposure today and for at least the next couple of days as the smoke continues to waft further down to the south. Stay safe, practice fire and heat safety, and have a good Tuesday.